You know what I haven't had in a long time? Because, you know, you hear organ meats aren't that good for you, but once in a blue moon, and this is the blue moon, we're going to have some nice, and the price is right too, some calves liver. Cooked with bacon and onions. Because just cooked alone, isn't that great? So for me, the liver needs a little help. So what we first do, I slice the bacon, cut it in pieces, saute it with the onion. You need herbs with this? Nah. Calves liver has a wonderful taste all by itself. And the only thing that we do have to add to that is just a little bit of salt and pepper. And I got a salt and pepper mix. I always tell people about this. This is sea salt. And if you can look at it, it has black pepper in it that I put in there. But the color of the sea salt isn't that white, which is good. That means it's not as refined as that other crap. So we put a little in there. And then we're going to put a little on the liver too. So all we got to do is just saute this first. Now it's up to you. If you like crispy bacon, so just cook it. Now I'm not going to waste film on watching this. This is not a big deal to some people, so that's a low flame. We'll raise it up just a little, so it's a moderate flame, and I'll just go about cooking this until the bacon's done and the onions done. I'm going to take it out, leave the fat in there, dust the liver, season the liver, dust it in flour so it gets a nice finish. Simple. Yeah, I was going to make this simple like this, but I totally changed my mind. I found something in the refrigerator that's going to work very nicely with this, and that is heavy cream. And it will deglaze the pan. Look how nice that's working. And we're going to take this. Just put this into a bowl. So you lose a little bit of the cream, because now we're going to go and clean this pan, because you really can't saute it in this the way it is. So now we can saute. We need to season the veal. So into this we'll put a little salt and pepper. And do both sides. And you can either use oil or butter or a little bit of both. I've had too much butter already, so I'm going with just the olive oil. And people don't like to use olive oil, don't use your other oil, do whatever you want. Mix it or don't mix it. Now this has to be a little bit hot, because calves liver doesn't take long to cook, and you don't want to overcook it. But there are some people that are going to eat this well done anyway. But not me, and not a lot of other people. So we just dust this in flour, like so. And get all the pieces ready, because these 3 pieces are going in there. Now this is enough for 3 people that are watching their weight, or 2 people that are hungry, because this does shrink up a lot. And this was like I described, 11 ounces. It seems like more, but it's not. So that's what you do. And now, as you see, it's smoking. Now it's time to put it in. And what we're going to do is, after a little bit on one side and the other, we're going to take it out and pour off any excess fat. Like I said, this is not going to take long. So we're going to keep the film going. Beef liver is another one I like. The only problem is, like 30, 40 years ago, you could find beef liver. Nowadays, you can't. And the flour gives it a nice finish, a little more flame. And when it's done, then we're going to toss the onions back in. Notice how nice it looks? Put the fan on so we don't... With all the cooking I do, I have to paint the ceiling here in the kitchen once every 2 years. It's unavoidable. Unless you have the exhaust that goes out the building, which this isn't. All it does is just blow over your head, and all the little particles of fat just find their way, stick to anything. Now this is like a piece of steak. Lower the flame. I'm going to eat 2 pieces. And there's not going to be a lot of onion. And that's it. Just put this back in. Now the amount of heavy cream that I put in, I bet you we lost about 30% of it. I did say we're going to pour the grease off, but you know what? There wasn't that much, and yeah, it's olive oil. Okay, that's it. We're done. Shut that off. Put that on a plate. That's my dinner right there, and that's enough bacon and onion mix for me. And we'll save that for the next person. And now all we have to do is just cut into it. And I'll show you the color. I don't want to put it directly on top of that burner. So how's that? And we get a knife, and it looks pretty. Little chopped parsley on there, that would go well. And that's how you want to eat this. Good. It's been years since I had that. I hope you enjoy it.